Right, we're going to try for a different ending this time. Let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It could mean my co-workers were
Stanley
gone.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I know that taking the right door here just fucks things up in general, so I'm
When
going to go
Stanley
left.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
But then
on
I'm
his
going to
left.
disobey him next. Ignore the office room, it's not important.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
But my boss's office is
Coming to a
downstairs.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh look, I'm under the stairs. This isn't my boss's office, is it? Let's, there's a car.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting
I'll
he
change
had
my
left
mind.
his
I wanna go.
post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Oh, please.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Shit.
All because he believed everyone
I need to go back to my
had
desk.
vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Maybe I am crazy.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment
makes
for
sense.
no reason at
I'm
all.
just insane.
None
of
of
course.
it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
What?
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
What?
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
I thought that was just a
And
game
for that
mechanic.
matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
I haven't been walking
No,
through
Stanley
them.
said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled.
Oh, this is all a dream.
This is all a dream.
Weird. Weird kind of dream, to be honest. I didn't dream that I was recording myself on a video on YouTube
His
playing a game.
co-workers weren't actually
Actually, I do
gone.
dream
He
that
wasn't
very
going to
often,
lose
although
his
it's not
job.
this game.
He wasn't crazy.
This game
after
actually
all.
creeps me the fuck
He
out
thought
a
to
lot,
himself,
so...
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real
Oh,
life
I don't want to go back to my job pushing
buttons.
buttons.
I may
What
as
should
well
I-
enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What the fuck is this shit?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field.
Oh,
and
yes,
it
please.
too appeared.
Woo!
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had
Magical.
still not woken up.
Whee!
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Yeah.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything
Funny that, because
I'm
I have
doing
actually
and
already asked
thinking?
that question.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered
Yeah,
by
this is going to
Stanley,
be third
who
person.
found
This
it
is just very
particularly
weird.
strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
That sounds like Dr. Zeus.
And while he thought it all very odd,
Fox
and wondered
in
if
socks.
this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Oh,
How
brilliant.
could it be? Was
Yeah, you're
Stanley
right.
simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take
this is one of the
responsibility for
paintings.
himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Okay, Stanley,
Now,
you're
hearing
awake.
the voice speak these words was quite a shock to
Oh,
Stanley.
so can he hear the narrator as
After
well as
all,
me? Am I
he knew for
Stanley? Am I
certain, beyond
playing
a doubt,
Stanley?
that this was in
Or
fact a dream.
is he-
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars
don't
just a
understand.
moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely,
1, 2,
surely,
B,
if he could
4.
just... He would prove it. He would prove
1, 2,
that he was
B4.
in
That's the
control.
message.
That this was a dream.
1, 2, 3, 4
So
is
he
B, but
closed
3 is
his
a B.
eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
He felt the
He
cool
felt the
weight
cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
the
The
press of the mattress in his
back.
back. I can be the
The
narrator.
fresh air of
Of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I'm through with this dream.
I wish it to be over.
Let me
It's
go
got such
back
a
to my
soothing
job.
voice. I want to call him
Let me continue
Graham.
pushing the buttons.
Graham the narrator.
Please. It's all I
Let me
want.
continue pushing the buttons.
I want my apartment.
Okay, Graham, talk
and
to
my
me.
wife
Can we have like smooth
and my
jazz in the
job.
background? Does
All
Stanley have a
I
wife?
want is my
Didn't know
life exactly the way it's always been.
I agree.
My life is normal. I am normal.
Everything
Everything will be fine.
I have my eyes, and it's a whole new game.
am
So I'm going to
okay.
wake up in my apartment. It's going to be like a GTA style game. I can do whatever the hell I want. Oh shit, I'm still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Oh my god, that scared me. Okay, what?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the fuck? No, this is the story of a man named Stanley.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Is that Stanley?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh, so it must have been sleepwalking.
And though she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
I see.
He was obviously crazy. This much she
I died. I was sleepwalking. But somehow something bad happened in my brain, and
she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane.
And so now this is this woman
in control of my mind.
I sussed it, guys. Don't worry. I know the
and
answer.
What isn't.
Is it going to ask me to type it in?
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Scheduled for that day as well.
Very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career.
Quite right.
And by extension,
the
rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Is that the same car?
And then she turned and ran.
Did she not call an ambulance? It's a bit douchey. Right, so let's try something different.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be.
Oh.
Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
This is different. Why is this different? Well, the meeting room's in the door on the left.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
I want to go there.
He entered the door on his left.
Because I feel like something different's going to happen this time. This is it. This is the meeting. These windows always...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
see, this is
hoping he might find an answer there.
Broom closet. Oh, see now there's stairs up to my boss's office and stairs down away from
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It can't give me the same ending twice. That's the logic. Let's do this.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Please don't give me the same ending again.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had said. So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Bye. Right. The end is never. That is being blatantly clear to me. Right, let's play some more.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
It's just, I can just gaze out at the whiteness of the window. And this one. No? Okay. 422, 420. I'm still not liking the room door sequence. There's something wrong with it. So what happens if I go the wrong way? Let's enter the door on the right!
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I did want to
Perhaps
stop by
he wanted to stop
lounge
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I suppose because it's this way, and there's a shortcut to the meeting room through here.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This is the thing. If I go here... Oh. No, I can display it. Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. I don't understand.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Hey, that's
years
rude.
ago.
This looks like a cargo bay or something. I don't understand what this means. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. I'm not lying. Interesting. Well, this is new. It's quite a light, bright room. This must be the cargo ending. Because it looks like a cargo warehouse. And I saw pictures of a beta one. What's this say? Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off, 5,000. Oh. I could be such
Look,
a rebel.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I reckon I could make
There's
it.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
I don't want to die, and I'm
not
bad
asking
jumping
for
puzzles.
me, I'm asking for her.
What? That's a woman.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who?
She's been waiting.
Who has? I'm expecting this like ghostly woman figure to appear. Oh great, a big black room. Screw it, let's go!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another.
Hello? Hello? I picked up the phone. What the?
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
That was terrifying.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving
I said
wife
she's a robot.
who'd want to commit their life to you?
Room 47.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
47.
I'm trying to get
so
you
it's
to
like
see
my employee
something.
number.
Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay.
This is a very sad story about the death
Oh,
of
for
a man
God's
named
sake, I
Stanley.
don't want to die again. Good morning, employee 47. Press K on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, I see. So he goes into his room.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
me.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going
So
home.
is this like an illusion
Now
of what I
he's
think I'm
coming
in
back
when
to
I'm
work.
in the room pushing
I'd
the
even
buttons?
feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this
What's
life.
this room? It's the bedroom. What's that one? 2.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures.
Well, this is interesting.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
I wonder what happens if I press a
Fantastic
different button.
discoveries of new lands.
I'll
It
probably
was
just die
wonderful.
horribly. 'Cause
And
this
each
game is
day
this
that
game
he
is so
returned to work
unforgiving.
was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Weird, like please press 8 to watch TV.
And so he began to
It's got
fantasize
weird,
about
like
his own
robot
job.
boobs.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of
I
the
see.
earth.
So it's all in my
The
imagination now.
thought excited him
Funny how
terribly.
the narrator just changes it each time. Press 5 to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either.
I recognise
At
this.
last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind
Well,
each
it did,
door.
because I get a
The
different
mere
ending
thought
each time.
That his
so the game,
decisions would
like,
mean something was almost too
depends
wonderful
on
to
what I do.
behold.
So actually, I'm more important than you, narrator. What happens if I press the wrong button?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
Wait, this is turning into the
Down
office.
one path lay an enormous round room, with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Yeah. Press L to tell your kids a story. I'm pressing the wrong buttons.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again,
and again,
over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
I love such
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just
It is
one
really
more
addictive,
time.
this game. This is a good point. Press F to tell your wife you love her, but she's a
But
robot.
there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
So this is slowly turning into my
Nothing's
office, and it's going to start from
The
the beginning
longer
again.
he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
I see what you mean. This game is so addictive.
And I'm trying to tell him this,
like you
that
just
in
keep
this
trying to
world
play
he
different
can never
endings.
be
Like,
anything but
I
an
see what he's
observer.
getting at.
That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
So tempting. I'm not doing it. How long do I have to wait? Press H to be at work in the morning. Oh, but if I'm late for work, then... Oh, so I bet you have to wait for ages, and it's going to make you think, like, you have to do it to continue. But I reckon if you wait long enough, you don't have to. Can use the phone. Clock? I can hear the clock ticking. Actually moves, it's quite impressive. It's the wrong time. Maybe I do have to push it. I could just get up and leave and say see you later to all you YouTube guys watching. Or it's quite a secluded spot, this. It's nice, it's peaceful. I'm just going to take a moment. So yeah, me and him are playing Galacticraft at the moment on Big Dig, as you might know. I thought I'd give you some YouTube news while I wait for something to happen. I'm looking at Moon Quest, the mod pack the Owlscast have been using. Not to do that, but because it's got Archimedes Ships mod, and I can't seem to get it to work any other way. So I want to do like a project with Archimedes Ships mod. So I've been using that, and I might do a little tutorial about how to download so you can play on Moon Quest 2. Yeah, I don't know. WoW raids like normal. Can I do something? I'm gonna have to press friggin' H.
You see? Can he just not hear
Oh, for
me?
God's sake,
How
screw
can I tell him
you.
in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Oh, is that 0 or O? It's 0.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose.
Same as
The
Stanley.
same as Stanley. We're not so different, I
so
suppose.
I suppose he's programmed to
I'll
say all
try
this
once
stuff.
more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
What?
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I
I think I died. The end is never. So we're going to go back to the beginning.